Green Bay Packers return to Santa Clara on Sunday. They played Sunday night, Week 12. They'll play Sunday night Conference Championship weekend. It's PFT Live, NBC Sports Radio, NBCSN. Hello to our good friends in the UK and in Ireland enjoying the program on Sky Sports. We've got a three-man weave today. Big Cat in New York City, Chris Sims in Stamford. Gentlemen, good morning. Are you ready for some football on Sunday?
Oh, yeah. Championship Sunday. There's nothing like Championship Sunday because, you know, cashing that ticket to the Super Bowl means something. You get to see the celebration. If you're a fan, then you get 2 weeks to get excited for your team in the Super Bowl. There's nothing like Championship Sunday.
Yeah, I don't know. I argue it's almost every bit as exciting as Super Bowl Sunday to me. First off, you get the double header, right? So you enjoy that. I mean, 2 games in a row. It's the last time all year we're going to do that, but I am pumped. I kind of treat it like Super Bowl Sunday. I'm going to be sitting in the living room, you know, watching TV, feeling good, maybe a drink, lots of food and munchies to eat, and I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yeah, and both games this year are rematches of games that were played in the regular season. And let's start with the game that was the Sunday Night Football feature, Week 12, Green Bay Packers at the San Francisco 49ers. Remember, it was the first game for the 49ers on that 3-game gauntlet where they were facing teams with winning percentages above 80%. First time in the Super Bowl era that had happened, that a team had faced 3 opponents that are that good. And they had a hard time with the Ravens. They had a hard time with the Saints. They had an easy time with the Green Bay Packers. But, guys, I've gone back and watched that game. Chris, I know you study the film. And, Big Cat, if you haven't gone back and watched it, the NFL Game Pass feature, it's awesome. You can go back and watch that game in like 40 minutes. It's obvious that that game turned on a few moments, and you take those moments away or you flip them the other way, Big Cat, and this could be a very different outcome. I mean, if I'm the 49ers, I'm very nervous about this because it's starting off 0-0, not 20-0, not 23-0, not 37-8. You don't mash it together like they do on Jeopardy when they play 2 matches back-to-back. 37-8's gone, and I think that puts a ton of pressure on the 49ers. Big Cat, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree about the pressure part because anytime you have such a lopsided game in the regular season, it always feels like the team that lost is going to feel, you know, like, hey, we got it handed to us when we went out there last time. We have something to prove. And the other team that won, the 49ers here, are saying we can handle these guys pretty easily if we just go out and do our job and do what we did last time. That rarely happens in sports. So, yes, I agree on the pressure standpoint there. I have been saying for the last, 3 months that I do not believe in the Green Bay Packers. They're going to prove me wrong every single week. I'm going to be the guy sitting in Miami saying that they're a fraudulent team, even though they went 13-3 and got to the Super Bowl. That's just going to happen to me. So I'm sitting here. I'm trying to find a way that they're going to win this game, and I just keep saying that the 49ers have too much, and I hope that's the case, and I know I'll be wrong.
Well, I hear you. First off, this is Big Cat, what you said. This is something me and Mike talked about a lot this week. The psychosis, you're right, is on the advantage of the Green Bay Packers because the 49ers are waking up feeling good. Oh, we beat this team. The Packers are waking up with the fear of God, like, oh, I hope we don't get blown out off the field once again. So you're right about that. And you're right about the Packers. Like, I hear you questioning them. There's things to question. I think it's one of the more underwhelming number 2 seeds we've ever seen. Now, yeah, they might shove it up all our butts here and win the Super Bowl. Who knows? I still feel like the 49ers were clearly the better football team and posed problems for Green Bay. You know, I feel like the room for error is very little for Green Bay. They almost have to play the perfect game, and I want to say, like, maybe they can win. But the other wrinkle in that is what Mike and I witnessed last week. You know, will Jimmy G crap down his leg? Can Kyle Shanahan trust him in some of the big moments or at all throughout the game to consistently deliver? Because I do think a Jimmy Garoppolo 2 interceptions or something like that, even if Green Bay isn't playing the perfect game there, that brings them back. And I go, whoa, okay, well, then that can change things. And then the pressure will go back onto the San Francisco 49ers.
So let me ask you this, Chris.
Yeah.
Because last week, it was interesting to watch that game, the 49ers and Vikings, because it felt like Jimmy G has that interception early, and Kyle Shanahan said, we're not going to let you lose this game for us. We're going to run the ball over and over and over until they stop it, which they weren't able to. Do you think there's going to be a similar game plan where it's not Jimmy G is better than a game manager.
Yeah.
But Kyle Shanahan might have a game plan ready to go if things go south, where it's Jimmy G, you're not going to lose this for us. We're going to let our defense and our running attack get and win this game and let you just kind of handle. I mean, Jimmy G doesn't throw downfield that much. Like,
right.
He's not stretching the field. He just has to do enough to keep them in the game and not kill them to win this game.
Yeah, no, I think that's very real, Big Cat. I mean, if you're Kyle, I think, you're saying it. If you're Kyle Shanahan, I'm Kyle Shanahan. I'm going to the NFC Championship game this weekend. Yeah, feeling good about my team, but a little nervous about my quarterback and some of the shaky decisions and throws he made. Not only were some of the decisions bad, some of the throws were bad. And I do think that Kyle will have some game plan plays, whether it's screens or just early completions, or easy completions early on to get him in that flow. But to that point, this is another thing I believe in. Like Green Bay, you just said it, Big Cat. They don't throw the ball down the field. They don't stretch the field. If I'm Green Bay, load the middle. I mean, I'm loading everybody in there. Shanahan and Garoppolo love to throw the ball over the middle. You got good corners in Green Bay. Let them play man-to-man on the outside. Put 8 or 9 or 10 guys in the middle of that field. Take away the run game. Take away all those little slants we see Shanahan dice up defenses with on a weekly basis. So there's a lot of good things there.
And I can understand why Big Cat would prefer to talk about Jimmy Garoppolo instead of the quarterback who has haunted him for the last 15
Aaron
years.
Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers. Look, everything we saw from Jimmy Garoppolo on Saturday that may have caused Kyle Shanahan to do the break glass in event of emergency, run the ball game plan, and it worked. We saw, I think, something special from Aaron Rodgers on Sunday. It reminded me of who he was at his very best. It reminded us all that he still is at his very best. He's mobile. He's accurate. He's effortless. And if that same Aaron Rodgers shows up on Sunday in Santa Clara, not too far from where he grew up, facing the team he grew up rooting for, the team that passed over him back in 2005, and he's keenly aware that he is getting closer and closer to the end of the road. Look, I think his mindset, and as it was manifested against the Seahawks, that is a dangerous thing for the 49ers to deal with. Because, guys, I'm telling you, go back and watch the game. It was a stupid penalty on Davante Adams that kind of sparked that drive that ended with the turnover and the easy touchdown for the 49ers. It was dumb decisions like shotgun formation running on 4th and 1. It was one thing here, one thing there. Next thing you know, it's 23-0 at halftime. I don't think that's going to happen this time to the Packers. And the closer they keep it, Big Cat, the longer it goes where the Packers are in it. I think that's when Jimmy Garoppolo and the rest of the 49ers get a little more nervous, and that's when the Packers start thinking, hey, dummies, you let us hang around, now we're going to take it.
All right, two things here. Chris Sims, your GOAT, Aaron Rodgers, if he wins this game, he will still have a worse winning percentage in the playoffs than Joe Flacco. And they both have one Super Bowl to their names.
Right.
So just want to put this in perspective for the people watching at home. Two, Mike, you just brought up Davante Adams. What the 49ers do is they always shut down the best guy on the other side of the ball. So, the first time the Packers are down all game, Davante Adams has 43 yards on 7 receptions. He did not have a big game against the 49ers the first time around. Yet last week, when Aaron Rodgers looked like Aaron Rodgers again, like you just said, what happened? Davante Adams has an enormous game. He busts out. He's running all over the field. I just don't think that's going to be there for Aaron Rodgers the same way it was there last week. The 49ers do a great job of taking away your best option, and Davante Adams is not going to be able to run free and wild like he was against the Seahawks at Lambeau on Sunday.
All right, so first off, don't come on this show and start taking shots at Aaron Rodgers, okay? I will come over there to New York.
That's
and I'll
my
find
job.
You. All right, yeah, good.
That's my job.
How dare you? And Joe Flacco, yeah, he's got a better record. He was on better playoff teams than Aaron Rodgers as a whole together.
Oh my gosh, Chris Sims, the Packers were 15-1 and blew it. Come on.
Hey, see, that's where you boil it down to one guy all the time, and that's I just don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. But either way, I will say this, okay? You both are kind of hitting on it. I think they got to put the game in Rodgers' hands. I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, I think Aaron Jones is going to get it done against this 49ers front at home with loud crowd noise, getting off the ball. I think they're going to be very aware of Aaron Jones. To me, the game will go back to the great number 12, and I think they just got to ride him. Whether that's, Mike, we talked about this. It's got to be a lot of quick passes and like quick screens out on the edge to Davante Adams or the receivers so the pass rush can't get home because they had issues with the pass rush the first time. I think that's the way you settle them down. The other thing is where I just say, okay, if Green Bay wants to make plays in the pass game, keep 6, 7, 8 guys in to protect and work it downfield. The 49ers play the same defensive scheme the Seattle Seahawks do. Work Davante Adams man-to-man on Sherman or Mosley. Let him be protected. He doesn't have to think, and then he could just throw one of his, lasers over there, 20-yard out route, whatever it may be. I think ultimately it will come down to Rodgers having to win this game. Whether he can do it, I don't know. This is a really, really good football team. The 49ers are the better team here, but they have a shaky quarterback, the pressure's on them, and Green Bay seems to find ways to win ugly football games.
And the one thing that came through loud and clear to me watching the game back from Week 12 and comparing it to the experience the 49ers defensive line had on Saturday against Kirk Cousins, who has no mobility whatsoever and just collapses when the walls close in. If they can get Aaron Rodgers out of the pocket, not when they have to, make it part of the design. Don't wait until the walls start to cave in. Keep him on the move. The more he's on the move, the harder it's going to be for the 49ers front four to get to him. And there were some moments in that first game where Nick Bosa gets kind of faked out of his underwear by Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, even at 36, he can outrun those guys. And they need to keep him on the move as often as they can. If he's in the pocket, that ball's got to be out within 2 seconds. You cannot put him back there and make him a sitting duck like Kirk Cousins was. That's what's going to kill drives. That's what's going to cause turnovers like the one that started the Avalanche in Week 12. They need to learn from what happened last time, and I think it's an easy fix, Chris. And it's one of those things that's just laying out there in plain sight. Keep Aaron Rodgers on the move, and if you do that, you're going to have frustrated and tired front four for the 49ers, and I think come the third or fourth quarter, the Packers reap the benefit of it.
Yeah, well, I listen, I don't disagree with what you're saying there. Yeah, move them, quick passes. Okay, block it up. Bam, let's throw deep outside the numbers, whatever it may be, to Davante Adams. But the goal is going to be get away from what happened in Week 12, which was an avalanche on Rodgers. Most times he dropped back to pass. And the Packers, as we've talked about a lot, they'll be better suited the second time around. There is something to that. When you've seen, these freaks of nature at least once in person, and Bosa and D Ford and the two tree trunks from Oregon in the middle, hey, yeah, it does help that you've seen there, been there, done that, and they won't be as maybe shocked by the size and explosiveness that all these guys have.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.